Hello, Gemini ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions. So, Gemini, with this reading, and of course, we're going to focus exclusively on your romantic situation, or for some of you, the lack thereof. Okay? In this reading, I want to do more of a starting over type reading, a what's next type reading, okay? To just give you some idea of what you can expect from now until, ladies and gentlemen, the end of September, okay? Today, I've decided to use my Beetlejuice deck today in order to convey your messages here. Rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a general reading, and as such, it certainly will not and may not resonate with each and every one of you out there. But for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope that it does offer you the valuable insight that you're seeking so that you can make your best informed decisions, Geminis, moving forward. Okay? If this reading resonates, Gemini, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, okay? And be sure to press that subscription button, okay? So that you receive all future readings, okay? So let's just go on and just dive right on deeply into your reading and to see what message your spirit has for you, okay? Spirit, what surrounds Gemini when it comes to their romantic situation? What's next? We're going to start off, Gemini, by selecting a few cards from the bottom of the deck first. Okay? And then I'm just going to ask Spirit more specific information to just gain more insight into your situation here. Okay? So, we have, I'm going to choose a few cards from the bottom of the deck. We have the, Two of Cups, water energy. Okay, so some of you might be dealing with a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, we have Judgment there. Okay, that card could represent a Virgo or Scorpio or an Aquarius. Okay, Pluto governs that card. And let's select another card here. We have, wow, we have Ace of Cups here. All right, so let's see what your reading is trying to tell us here in terms of overarching energy here. Let's start with this center card here, ladies and gentlemen. We have Judgment, all right? So with that card gives me a sense that many of you, it seems that you've been focusing too heavily on the past, or you are focusing too heavily on the past, and I'm seeing a lot of self-pity that you're feeling. And you've been unable to kind of see things from a new perspective, and some of you might even be seeking revenge, I'm kind of getting here, or contemplating it, or just putting off, ladies and gentlemen, making a very crucial decision when it comes to your romantic situation. It still seems that some of you still haven't made a decision, I'm kind of getting here, okay? And then when we look to the left here, we already know what that decision is all about, love, because you have cups here. So with that Ace of Cups, it also represents a water sign. For those of you who've recently met someone, you might have met this person in the summertime, okay? Or it could be someone existing, or again, it could be an ex, okay? But this card brings about renewal. And it also tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that one monkey certainly doesn't stop a show. So I feel that many of you have met someone new here, I'm getting. And I'm seeing a lot of invitations and new opportunities that's going to come about for you. Okay? But Spirit certainly wants you to be true to your needs here. And then when we look towards the right here, we have the Two of Cups, also representing a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So this card shows a soulmate connection, but since it's a 2, it also shows that there is a slight delay. But you also need to make a decision, okay? For some of you, I'm seeing an equal change of emotions here. For others of you, I see you strengthening your situation with, again, someone existing, with someone new, or possibly, it could possibly be with someone estranged here. So you guys, it's decision time here that I'm getting. Here, looking at your prevailing energy. Spirit really wants you to make a decision. So why don't we just take a peek and just revisit your past to see what you may have already experienced, Virgos, and then we'll move on from there. Virgos, if this Geminis, if this reading is resonating, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit. And be sure to press that subscription button so that each and every one of you receives future readings. Okay, so we have, for your past here, we have the Hierophant here. So because you have that number 5 here, that card is certainly all about, that number is certainly all about conflict. So you certainly had some conflict that you experienced in the past here. And with that Hierophant, that denotes a Taurus. Okay, Taurus energy. Or Earth energy, however you want to look at it. And it really shows, ladies and gentlemen, that many of you really wanted a commitment with someone, but I'm kind of getting the sense that some of you might have feared a new relationship, okay? Perhaps fearing you, Gemini, might repeat the same patterns as you did before, and it looks like most of you wanted a more traditional type relationship that I'm kind of getting here. Let's move right along to the present to see what Spirit has or wants you to know for your present. Okay, we have King of Cups. You see, you guys have a lot of water energy in your reading here. So some of you might be daydreaming or you're being unrealistic about your situation here. But looking at this king in your present situation, I do certainly see many of you meeting someone mature. It could be, even though this card shows a male, it could be male or female. Someone very compassionate. One who is very nurturing. Okay? Very wise, diplomatic, charming, ladies and gentlemen, creative, intuitive, as well as sensitive. And this just might be somebody you already know here, and I'm getting here for many of you. Okay? Now, as each of us knows, there are challenges associated with doing anything practically in life here. So let's go on and just take a peek and look at what your potential challenges or potential challenges that might impede success, okay? Again, ladies and gentlemen, this reading is valid until the end of September. All right, so we have 8 of Swords here. So an air sign might impede success. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Or what might impede success is the fact that you're feeling stuck. And like I said, it looks like you're unable to make a decision. Or some of you might just fear moving out of an impressive type situation, or just being your own worst enemy, or just acting like a damsel in distress, if you will, waiting to be rescued. Okay? Let's get you some practical advice, Gemini, that of course, if you were to consider and heed, it would guide you to your highest good here. We have, wow. Okay, we have the Tower. Okay. So looking at this card and from the perspective of giving you advice, of course the Tower refers to Earth energy at Capricorn normally. Okay. This card is telling me that because the structures were where you once felt safe, Gemini, it's time to tighten up loose ends. It's time that you change your thoughts about a situation. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, that you keep it real. That you stop bottling up your true feelings. And certainly, it's time to, once again, make a decision. Okay? Geminis, if this reading is resonating, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button, okay? So let's look at what's hidden in your situation of which you may not be cognizant at this time. Okay, we have the Chariot here. Okay, so with having the Chariot there, that represents a Cancer. And as we know, this card is certainly all about movement. It's all about action. So I certainly do see many of you focusing heavily on your goals, really more so than a relationship, sort of. Um, I see you really maintaining self control. And I do really see that you guys are going to make a decision. However, I do feel